Hi, I'm Sarah D. I've been working on a song for a couple of weeks. Well, since the 6th of... since the 6th of September, and it just keeps not being right. On Sunday, for our Sunday school class, we taught about God. That's what we did, because that's what we do at church. And scriptures were from the book of Isaiah in the Old Testament. And basically, this channel, I don't preach God to you necessarily. I do a little bit, but mostly I encourage, that's my desire, is to encourage you to create a great day for you. Because if things are going well for you, then that well within inside of you comes and gives some other thirsty traveler a drink. And as we each do that, to the best of our ability, we have the ability to make this world a bit of heaven on earth. That's my belief. It has something to do with what we focus on, a lot to do with what we focus on, and what we continue to speak and talk about. This song, it's on my second CD entitled Who Am I? You can actually listen to it on Spotify. The name of the song is Walking in the Darkness. And you can also go to sarahd.com. And there's a version of it in both of those places from my CDs when I was back in the day when I was making CDs and going to a studio, and I've tried all kinds of things in my life. How about you? So this is what I'm trying now, just trying to share my bit of water in my well with you. And today, again, I'm not going to do the song I was working on because it's not right. So I thought, this one worked really well in our Sunday school class, so I'm going to share it with you today. It's about how we can feel like we are in blackness, in darkness. And, we can not even feel like it. We can just be there and not know that we are empty. Sometimes we get numb. That's what this song's about. And it's about being rescued from that place of darkness when I was willing and when I am willing, because it's a process that continues, or else I end up in the darkness for longer periods. But when I let go of the darkness, when I stop holding on, I sometimes will give a visual of a 1-year-old child. They pick up like a piece of glass. It's, a shiny piece of glass, but it's a shard. It's broken from, say, a goblet or something that's colorful, and it shines in the sun. They pick it up, and you go, "Oh, give it to me," and they go, "No," and they hang on to it, and it hurts them because it's sharp, and it starts to cut their sweet little hands. And you say, "No, honey, give it to me, give it to me." And they, "No," and they start crying harder and harder, and they're holding on to this shard of glass. It's lacerating their hand, and you're able to peel their hand open and peel it out, but they're so upset, and really it's your fault that their hand's bleeding. That's what they think. And sometimes that's the way it is when we're in the darkness. We don't want the lights too bright. We want to stay in the darkness. And until we're willing to peek into the light, until we're willing to let go of that shard of glass that's cutting us, we're going to continue to be in pain or in that darkness, because this is not a place where we're forced. We get to choose what goes on here. Walking in the darkness, though I didn't know, crying tears of sorrow that didn't show. I was lonely, though the crowd was always near, till I left the life I held so dear. I can see all my life with you can be. Crawling on my belly was alright with me. Munching on the grass and leaves of green. Getting in the chrysalis was hard to do. I couldn't have been brave enough if not for you. You made my life more than I could have. You helped me get through the dark. You've given me vision so I can see all my life. All my life with you can be. That's walking in the darkness, kind of. That's walking in the darkness. The thing is, there's a part in there that says, crawling on my belly was all right with me. That may sound weird. But then if you hear the rest of it, getting in the chrysalis was hard to do. So I'm imagining that I'm a caterpillar, or the kind of a worm that gets into a chrysalis, because I know there's a cocoon and there's a chrysalis. I actually have a song about both of them. But anyway, when I was dating my husband, he would always have a present for me when we would go out on a date. I was a hard person to go out on a date with. He would always bring me a present, like, oh, you're so nice to me. Why are you so nice to me? Because I was not interested in having a serious relationship really until maybe I was 25 or 26, and we got married at 21. So anyway, best laid plans, right? So anyway, one of the books he brought me was called Hope for the Flowers, and the name of the author, I think, is Tina Paulus. And it is the sweetest little book, I think. And he has a wonderful book to read to children, and it was a great book for him to give to me. And in that book, when Yellow, the female caterpillar, meets another caterpillar, not her friend, but another one, she sees a caterpillar getting in a chrysalis, spinning this thing around him, and she says, "Ooh, are you okay? Do you need some help? You look like you're stuck." And he said, no, I have to do this in order to become a butterfly. And she said, what's that? What's a butterfly? You look like a worm just like I do, and I don't know what you're doing, but what are you talking about? I think I've heard that word before. And he says, well, a butterfly is a beautiful winged creature that can fly. And she'd seen butterflies, and she thought, oh my goodness, it just seemed true what he was saying. And he said, but so I'm spinning this chrysalis. It's an in-between place where the change takes place. And it's who I am. I will no longer be this fuzzy worm. I will be a winged creature. And so she said, you mean you have to die? And he said, well, a part of you dies. What looks like you now dies, but who you really are lives on. And it's such a beautiful message. Getting it, and in my song I say, getting in the chrysalis was hard to do. I couldn't have been brave enough if not for you. And the changes that we make to become a better version of ourselves, I believe we have help. For me, I say that's God. And I also say that's Jesus Christ. And that's okay, because that's what works for me. Jesus is just all right for me. There was a song in the 70s. And he's just all right for me too. And it's okay if you have been beat over your head with Jesus and been told things that weren't true about his message. And if that vision, that way of perceiving God, the power that is greater than you, that made you, and that helps you. If that doesn't work, that's just fine. I remember saying to one of my Christian friends that if my children wanted to call me Sarah, didn't want to call me mom, or if they wanted to call me mommy and not mom, or they wanted to call me mother, or even when they said things that maybe they weren't even as nice as those words. Even though sometimes things would hurt, what I really want is relationship with them. And that's what our God, our Creator, wants, is relationship with us, because when we're in relationship with our Creator, we truly have that electricity, that power, that ability to be the creator we indeed are. So I'm going to leave you with a little bit that I left with our Sunday school kids. And that's going to be my message for today, and we'll see. Maybe it's useful for you. I hope it is. I hope you're encouraged to where the darkness is, to be able to peek out into the light, to be able to get that help. And that, come on, we can do this. I'm here. I'm here. You're not alone. When we walk in our own way, when we walk in the darkness and loneliness we feel when we are away from God, when we feel we are, because I believe He's always here. I mean, there's always breath. The universe is always working, right? So it's not like there's distance from us, from Him to us, or from it, however you want to conceptualize. But there is distance from us. We put ourselves in this box or something. It's impossible to feel good about ourselves or about life. So when I don't feel good about myself, or when you don't feel good about yourself, there's a darkness that we have, a shroud we have pulled over ourselves, a box, some kind of limitation. God gives us encouragement, shows us how amazing we are, how amazing you are. If anyone tells you you're not, they're not speaking for your Creator, because you are amazing. There are things you can do nobody else can do. And they may not seem like a big deal to you. They may seem unimportant and weird and strange and odd and, my goodness, maybe like they have no place in this world. But you have a place in this world, and so do your gifts. God helps us feel complete and whole, even if people do not. We never walk alone when we walk with God. We never walk in the darkness. We have the vision to dream, to act, to make our dreams come true when we walk with God. Prophets walk with God. We too can walk with God. When we seek, we find. Whenever we feel happy, hopeful, encouraged, loved, at peace, we are in good company. Thank you for sharing a few moments with me. Song Walking in the Darkness. Please subscribe, please like, please share. Do all you can to make this a great day for you, whatever that means, because that's your most important job. I'm Sarah D. Make it a great day.